Well, hey, welcome back, everybody. And yeah, we're right back where we left off from last weekend. If you can remember, last weekend we were high up on the side of the hill up there, exploring that horseshoe-shaped ore bin, and then we worked our way and hit all those adits, working our way down the mountain. So this weekend, what we're going to do is finish exploring the mill site, as well as a handful of processing buildings that are further up, just on top here. Behind me, and off to the side over here, there's a bunch of old cabins and bunkhouses. I really want to take a look at those. Who knows what we'll find in there. And then as soon as we finish up with that, just above, right behind old Bob there, you'll see a big waste rock pile. On the other side of that is a great big portal, and I'm guessing that's probably the largest mine in this entire location. So, okay, well, what do you say we kick things off, and we'll start with this mill site right here. Okay. So as I was driving up here, I was thinking to myself what I'm going to have to do to prepare for the big Invade Area 51 coming up in September. Deciding on which cameras I'm going to take, how much body armor I'm going to wear, etc., etc. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Yeah. If whoever likes a bunch of mace in their face as well as a bunch of other nasty stuff, yeah, by all means, try and invade Area 51. That would be real smart. But it is pretty funny, though. Okay, well, we got a tool bin here with a whole bunch of plumbing parts, but I'm not seeing anything too interesting. You know, sometimes what I like to do is take a peek, well, except for that lizard looking at us right there. See that? Right there. Sometimes I like to step up on these and see if there's anything hiding. Nope. Just a bunch of pack rat turds. Okay. Well, let's head off this direction. Oh, okay. Well, this is where they would have had the shaker tables higher on up in these other process buildings. That's more than likely where they would have had their a stamp mill or a ball mill for crushing the ore. Yeah, these right here, these look like pylons for mounting shaker tables. Oh yeah, see, and look right up here. Let me step up on this stuff. See, there's a chute right there, and it's got a little kind of a thumb screw on it, right, so you can control the feed. Yep, coming down from a hopper higher on up. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, take a look at this, folks. Let me turn around here real quick. Look at there. 2 really fresh dead mice. Interesting. What do you suppose? An owl got them? I'm not sure. You'd think if an owl would have got them, he would have eaten them. All right. Well, let's see what's in here. Anything hiding in the barrel? See, whenever I go in places like this, I'm always looking around real close to see if we can't find some sort of an artifact hiding in the corners. All right. What do we have up there? For a second there, I thought I heard oh yeah, look folks. Way up in the corner. Right there. Mr. Pack Rat checking us out. How you doing there, buddy? I don't think you were the one that killed those mice. All right. Anything hiding under there? Seeing a bunch of boxes, rolled parts and such. Let's look behind the door. Okay. No, nothing really jumping out at me. All right. Let's go over here. You see here they built a trough in the floor, run the water off from the tables. More than likely that went back into some sort of a recirculatory system. Over here, we got a bunch of flies coming up out of this sump. It doesn't necessarily mean there's anything dead in there. The flies, when it's really hot, the flies like to find someplace kind of cool. All right, well, not much going on with this mill site. What do we say? Why don't we head on over here to these cabins? We'll do those next. I'll meet you over there. Okay, didn't walk too much further to get up here to these cabins. All right. What do we got going on here? You got to go into these cabins real slow. We got an old broom back there. The reason you got to walk into these cabins real slow is because it's not so much critters or mountain lion, it's bees. That's right. You don't want to go walking into one of these and there's a big old beehive full of killer bees or something crazy. It'll get you. So I'm always listening for that. Oh, this is cool. Very cool. Oh, wow. Huh. So they had a sink right here. They got a bunch of plumbing coming over. And, well, what's back in here? Oh, this was, let me get a better angle on it for you. Think of this as like cold storage. They had it partially buried under the ground. Helps keep your foodstuffs cool. And something with a fence makes you wonder if that was like a chicken coop or something. Okay. Let's look over here. Okay. Oh, I gotta try to squeeze through this door, folks. Tight squeeze. Here we go. Huh. Some old shelves, cabinetry. That did have power in here at one time. Okay. Okay, working our way back out. And not really seeing anything hiding in here. Okay. That's a cool cabin. I wonder what this thing is right here above our heads. Let's walk around. See what's going on here. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. I was thinking that there was some sort of an attic hiding right in here, but that's not the case. All right. Yeah, right now we're standing on top of that cold storage area. See here they had a vent. Okay, next. There's a big lizard right there. See a lot of them out here. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, a shaft water in the bottom. All right, that's our next stop over there. Some more processing buildings higher up above the mill site. I'll meet you over there. Okay, we're further on up the hill. We got this set of buildings here, probably some more processing buildings, tool sheds, more than likely. Well, let's start with this. We'll start on this end. Oh, we've got big bags of what looks like lime. All right. An old air filter. Oh, down on here. Look on the floor here, folks. We've got there's core samples scattered all over the place. Okay. Oh, cool. We have a kiln. This is excuse me. This is called an assay kiln right here. Yep. That is where they would melt down in the final process of refining, melting the gold down and pouring it into ingots. Right here. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yep. Here's another thing. I don't know quite what they were using it for as far as in the refining process, but that's what's going on here. Notice you see all the slag. It kind of looks like coal laying on there. It's probably where they dumped all the slag. And oh, hey, we have a date. Great. May 26th, 1939. And that was not put on there with spray paint. No, that looks like it was written with a carbide lamp. Alrighty. Someone got into the drawer here and they were looking for goodies. So am I. Alright. Bunch of shelves with a whole bunch more plumbing parts. Okay. All right, moving on. More shelves. Bunch of water coming out of the ground here. Oh, okay. We've got ourselves a changing room. That was probably at one time a shower. No, that was where the toilet was. And look, a little roll of toilet paper is still dangling there after all these years. And this over here was the changing room. Yep. Makes you wonder if this in front of us here was at one point some sort of maybe a makeshift hot water heater. Not sure. And a little table. Okay. So as soon as we get finished up with these buildings, just real quick while we're right here, this is where we're going to be going. See the size of this? obviously this was the largest mine in the area, and the front of it here is all collapsed. But that's where we're going to be headed after we get done with these buildings. Right there. Holy cow, and there's a there's a wind coming out of there. Holy cow. All right. I'm going to head back to Old Bob. We've got some bunkhouses we're going to do real quick, so I'll meet you down there. Okay, so we were just right up there, just off to the left of that big waste rock pile that you're seeing, and worked our way a little bit further on down. And we've got some sort of a shack right here in front of us. Let's see what this one's all about. I like their drawing. All right. This area does get a little bit of snow in the winter. That's why the roofs are caving in. Okay, not much going on in this one. Part of the floor here is missing. Makes you wonder if, people come in, they think things are buried in the floor, digging around. It's not entirely out of the question. All right, what we got up here? There's the bunkhouses I was telling you about. What we got in here? Just a bunch of junk, huh? With the ceiling caved in. Yeah. Oh, there's all kinds of plumbing and hoses, and look at there. I tell you, if I blow a heater hose, I know where to come for some extra rubber. I'm sorry, a radiator hose. He did get a little hot coming up here, but it's a heck of a lot nicer day than it was the last time we were here. Last time it was about 97 degrees. I'd say today it's about 83. It's just gorgeous. Okay. That's really cool. Just imagine all those old miners sitting out there smoking some tobacco and drinking a beer at the end of a long day of mining. Very cool. Okay, well, oh, these ain't too old. Somebody came in here and put drywall. And that's like we've seen in those other episodes, those refurbished shacks with drywall. See, that's when gold and silver prices spiked in 1980. Everybody went nutso for gold and silver, and a lot of these cabins were repurposed. See, like this one here. Look, we got drywall on the floor. Drywall on the walls, carpet on the floor. Bunch of old papers. I wonder if I could find see if I can find a date. There's an old newspaper. Here, give me a second here. Too many things in my hand. All right, let's see if we can find a date. That's always fun. Ooh, maybe not. This is pretty bad. No, we're not going to get lucky with this one, guys. Yuck. Chances are it could have been used for toilet paper. I didn't see any skid marks, but look, we got a couch. All right. What's in here? Old spatula, just a bunch of junk. Okay, moving on. Nope. Okay. And last but not least, oh, the shower room with a drain. There we go. And a couple of shower stalls. Right there. Okay, I think there's 2 more cabins, not too much further down the road. I'll meet you over there. See you there. Okay, back again. And once again, didn't have to travel too far. Maybe another few hundred yards further on down the road, and we have the final cabin, at least I think, for today. There's one off to my right over here, but I don't think it was a cabin. It's more like what used to be a corral. Cabins in the woods. Very cool. A little porch here. Okay. One of these days, I'm going to walk into one of these and fall right through the floor. It's the law of averages. Anything hiding in the closet? No. Okay. You know, would you believe in all the cabins I've explored, I can't even remember the last time I got into one and found a rattlesnake. You'd think this would be the perfect place for them, but more than likely, if they are here, they're under the floor. All right, let's see if we can get in here without stepping on a nail. Gotta get down. There we go. I think ceiling's falling down here. Everybody's saying, how come you have your flashlight on in the daylight? Well, it's force of habit, folks. All right, what's out here? Old table. There you go. You just imagine sitting right here, eating your lunch. You got the mine right on the other side of this hill. Okay. Well, that's it for this one. What do you suppose we head on back over to the mill site and we'll get started on that mine. Okay, I'll see you over there. All right, folks, we're back up here by the mine. And a moment ago, we saw earlier there's a bunch of water over here by the cabins behind me, and I see a bunch of water on the ground. So that tells me that the mine definitely was flooded or had some water in it. So before I put on all of my wet gear, I just thought to myself, yeah, why don't you at least crawl up in there and poke down into the portal and see what it's all about before I gear up. And I'm glad I did, because it only goes in maybe 40 feet, and there's a big old collapse. There's a smaller one right in front of it, and say there's I don't know, 18, 24 inches of water between the portal here and that collapse. So, and I understand the reason why it collapsed. You see, just like it did out here, see all this really soft, flaky alluvium? Well, inside the portal there, they didn't have any timbering. So this flaky stuff just gave way and then pinched it off. Now there is some air coming out of here, so there might be a tiny little area that you could crawl up and over, but that type of activity is not what you do when you're out here solo exploring. That's going past my level 7 crazy meter. Yeah, I love doing this, folks, but I want to survive to live another day. So yeah, unfortunately we're not going to get into this one, but that's okay, because we've got a lot more in this location. So I'm going to hop back into Obob, and there's at least 3 more mine sites further on up this big mountain range. Let's head on over to one of those and see what they're all about. Okay, I'll meet you over there. Okay, back, folks. And heck yeah, we found one. I'm real happy. I was thinking that this was going to turn into an abandoned cabins episode, but no, indeed we did find one, and the waste rock pile behind me here is pretty good sized. Let me show you what it's all about. There we go. Okay, but before we head in there, back here, let me show you. A little bit higher up on the hill, I'm seeing another waste rock pile right there. Let's go quickly see what that's all about. I'll be right back. Okay, let's all experience this together for the first time. Look at the limonite all through here. All right, let's see what they were going after. So we know we have an adit below us. What do we have above us? All right. A little something going on there, but that's as far as it goes. Okay. And looks like top of the open stope. Something going down right there. Makes you wonder. Oh, here we got another one. Another collapsed stope. And up here, bunch of, look at all the limonite. Let's see what we have. Whew, get my workout today. All right, what do we have hiding up here? That's kind of cool how it goes under this juniper tree. Oh, just a little exploratory prospect. Nothing significant. All right, I'll meet you folks back down by Old Bob. We will head off into that adit and see what it's all about. Meet you down there. All right, we're back down here by that adit. Let's see what this thing's all about. We got to get around the barbed wire here. Give me just a second. There we go. Okay. I kind of have Scoot on my butt a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna get down in here. Kind of a squeeze. Oh, that's cool. I'm just about inside, folks. Give me just a second. But look at this old box sitting here. What do you suppose that used to be? Huh. It's not a dynamite box. Maybe it was a place where they were keeping their dynamite. Not sure. All right. Okay. Just a little bit of a raised area here with some old natural timbers. Ooh, don't want to touch that rock. Goodness. Oh, cool. We have a little shelf thing going on here. And up to our left, tiny little stoped out area, and directly above our head, they were carving into that stuff. But look at the rock. Let me see it back up and get a good view for you. Here we go. You see all the rusty stuff? Right there, there's a vein that's about 10 inches wide, and it has a whole lot of rust in it, like similar to limonite. But the rock is alluvium. See how it's all, it looks like the bottom of a creek bed, or like an ancient creek bed, but the rocks are all angular. So that tells me that it's not a creek bed. This shelf is really cool. Okay. Working our way in. What do we have here? Off to our left. A little wind's going down with an old ladder, but that's as far as it goes. Okay. Got a little thing going off to the left, and it's been backfilled. What do we got over here? What's this? Wow. Oh, we've got an old winds going down here. Oops, darn it all anyways. Sorry, folks. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. There's a little button on my camera, and occasionally my finger touches it. Oh yeah, look, that's where it stops, right there. You can see the skiffed rails. They were bringing up the ore right there. We got a ladder next to it, but that's as deep as it goes. Okay. Cool. What do we have above our head? Just a whole bunch more of that alluvial rock, and with a whole bunch of it just dangling here. Let's see if I can safely get up over here. Here we go. That's better. Does it keep on going? Yes, it does. Excellent. I don't think anybody's been in this mine for a while, folks. What do we have here? Aha. What is this? Barrels. The question is, barrels of what? Let's look up in here. Well, that one's empty. That one there is clearly an old carbide tin. This one probably was too. And, ooh. That barrel smells like it's filled with... Look right here. Oh. Yeah. Okay, what do we have? 19.5. Whatever is coming out of them barrels. We got this bad air. All right, let's revisit. We'll revisit those barrels in a moment. Let's see what we have down here. Whatever was in those barrels was soaking up the oxygen, folks. And that is the end of the mine. The back of the face. Okay. Back to the barrels. What in the world? That one sounds like it's empty. I'm going to keep knocking on the rest of these. That one's... Give me just a second, folks. I got to set the camera down here for a moment. Or at least move it to my other hand. That's empty. So what do you suppose was causing the bad air in this little pocket? I want to see what's inside that barrel. Oh, gross. Well, whatever is in there, my O2 meter doesn't like it. Okay. Okay. Let's get out of here. We don't know what's going on. Real quick though. 19.5. All right, looking back down that wins. And so the rotten smell that was coming out of them barrels, I'm guessing what it is dead mice. Years and years worth of dead mice that fell into that hole. Okay, I'll meet you folks back outside. That was exciting. See you out there. Okay, folks, back outside. Yeah, that was interesting. Don't see that very often, but I know what's going on in there. in areas such as this, where you have no water, well, you got to have water to operate your drill when you're drilling into rock, because they inject that water down the drill steel to the tip, and while they're drilling in, that water's being injected and cleaning out all the chips. Makes it a heck of a lot easier when you're drilling into the rock. So yeah, those were probably old water barrels, and then that one finally rusted on the top, leaving a hole about, I don't know, it was about that big. But can you imagine how many pack rats and mice that have fallen down into that barrel over the last, oh goodness, who knows how long, 1940s, 1930s? That's why it set off my O2 meter, because of the amount of rot that was coming up out of that, and it smelled terrible. I've smelt a dead body before, and that's not what it smells like. That smells like dead mice sitting in a pile of water at the bottom of a barrel. So that's what we have going on in there. So we're not done yet. There's another location off to my right, and I think that's going to be a bigger mine. So what do you say we head over there and see if we can't squeak one more adit into this episode? Okay, I'll meet you over there. Okay, folks, I didn't make it too far down the road, and something caught my eye I wanted to point out to you. We were just right over there. That's where the the dead mouse body adit was. I should say the stinky dead mouse adit. But over here to my right, check this out. We have an outhouse, and somebody, either the wind or some people, toppled it. Here's where it used to sit, right here. That's the hole, and over here, well, it was a two-seater right there. Yeah, that's so you can have a conversation with your friend and encourage each other. So, but the reason I wanted to point this out is a lot of the people that search for artifacts, they like to dig down in these old outhouse pits, because oftentimes, you're dropping your drawers and doing your thing, and sometimes a pocket knife falls out of your pants, or some change, or a lot of times what they would do is they'd sit on the can and drink a bottle of whiskey, and then toss the bottle down in there. So when you dig down into these things, a lot of times you can find some really nice, well-preserved artifacts. And so, I mean, of course, all of the organic stuff is all decomposed down in there. But for those of you that like to go artifact hunting, that is one of the things that you can do. All right, headed on down the road, off to the next mine. Meet you over there. All right, back again, folks. Made it to the top of the mountain, and I don't know what I did with my audio device. Maybe I just didn't press the button hard enough, but anyways, I lost the audio through this segment. So as we work our way over here to the crest of the hill, I'm going to point out to you where I found a big wide vein of silver ore that they were mining. And then down below there was a haulage adit that they drilled into the side of the mountain to get to the base of that vein. I went over there and I documented that vein, but darn it if I didn't lose that video too. So after this little segment, we're going to kick things off right down there at the haulage adit. And so I'll meet you down there. Okay, back again, got the safety flag put out. What do you say we explore this old mine? Okay. All right, there we go. Let's shoot down in there. Very good. Nice hard rock mine. Still a little bit. Got the rail left on the floor here. Something geologically cool jumps out at us. I'll be sure to point it out to you guys. Getting into a little bit of water, and the rock is really dark. Yep, so far just tunneling through a whole bunch of worthless country rock. Here's an area where they put in a brace. Wait a minute, we got something going off possibly to the left here. Oh, it just goes up there and stops. Okay. Continuing on. Oh, look at all this moldy old wood here. Yuck. It's kind of cool. Look at the curve in the track. Let me back up a bit. I did like a little wiggle woo in the track right here. And that is all mold. Ick. So they were throwing all their extra lumber up into this little side drift here. And now we're starting to get into the stoped out area. Before we head in there, take a look. I want to show you this. Look at that. Look at how the mold is growing on that wood there. Soft and fluffy. Okay. We got a pack rat in here. I can hear him moving around in that wood. All right, let's see if we can get into the stoped out area safely. Oh, here we go. And this is going to be the end of the line, folks. Now, I would imagine before it collapsed or caved in, that right there continued on, getting underneath where they were mining out all that silver. Let me show you some of the geology in here. Turn the super bright light off. Yeah. Really pretty colors. Yeah. Okay. Well, heck, I'll just I'll just go ahead and leave the camera on. And it was right here when the batteries finally ran out on my recording device. I gotta tell you, I just was not having much luck with this piece of equipment on this Explorer. But that's okay. This gives me the opportunity to say, hey, thanks to all my new subscribers as we work our way back out of the mine here. I really do appreciate you all coming aboard on each and every one of these Explorers. Thank you so much. And I got something special in store for you all next weekend, so you guys hang in there, and I'll see you then. Okay, take care now. Bye-bye.